Hi everyone, so it's actually the week after the Southern 100 now, and last week we put together a bit of a video about the Southern and explaining the differences between that and the TT and just the way it operates. And I did most of the filming on that last Tuesday afternoon, the evening of the fateful incident that happened down there, and the video actually went live around the same sort of time that the news came out at what had happened. So I pulled it off straight away, just obviously just out of respect. There was no need to be looking at a video about that when there was far more important things to be thinking about that night. But I made the video and I spoke to a few people and they said they'd still like to see it. It's just a bit of an explanation about what goes on for the Southern for us and how it differs from the other events on the island. So yeah, I've got to put it back on. So just a quick explanation now, just to say why it didn't go up when it did, and I'll fire it up now and hopefully enjoy it. Thanks a lot. So it's Southern 100 week, and we had quite a few questions specifically to do with the Southern 100, and we're going to cover them in the Q&A, general Q&A, but there was quite a few just about the Southern, so we thought just a quick video, just a few minutes, just to answer all the questions we've got about the Southern. Let's get straight into it. So the Southern 100, for those of you who don't know, it's the last remaining sort of short circuit mass start road race on the Isle of Man since we lost Derby quite a few years ago. So down the south of the island, based around sort of Castletown area, roughly about a 5-mile loop round. It's a bit of a triangle. It's kind of like fast bit, hairpin, fast bit, hairpin, fast bit, hairpin. But there's a lot more to the circuit than that. And let's get into some questions specifically about the Southern 100. So it's always in July. The first couple of weeks of July it tends to run, and it typically has the best weather of all the meetings on the island. But we had a great TT this year, and there was no way it was going to live up to that. And lo and behold, they only got a couple of sessions in last night before the rain came in and scuppered the job. Weather looks better for the rest of the week, so hopefully it'll be okay tonight. Practice tonight and a couple of races, I think, and then more races tomorrow. And then Thursday, it's pretty much all day on Thursday. Thursday's the main day, so it's like they close the road in the morning, you have a whole morning session, open it for lunch, and then run an afternoon session. It's just all day. It's a brilliant day down there. Great. So one of the first questions we got asked was about at the TT riders, do all the big guys turn up? And the answer is not all of them, no. Quite a few of them choose not to do it. Some of them, it's just not part of their contractual obligations to the teams or whatever. Some of the teams aren't interested in it, and so the riders don't come. But Michael Dunlop's always there because basically he's riding for his own team and he loves the place. Sometimes you'll see like the factory Honda riders will turn up, but that depends on basically who's riding for them. So Connor used to do it for them. Connor doesn't ride there anymore. Nathan was due to do it this year, but with his injury before the TT at the Northwest, he didn't want his first race back to be the Southern 100 because that's what it would have been. So he's going to wait and he's going to do the next BSB. But yeah, so you're going to get people like Davey Todd's massive into it. Clive's always willing to come, so Dave will be there. Dino, obviously Michael, Jamie Coward, Rob Hodgson, and then and the list. If you look at the TT list, there's loads of them you can take off. So it's really well supported by the top guys. But it's also it's a great place for newcomers to come and have the first go at road racing. So you'll see loads of newcomers there. And last night, I'll fire a picture up. Ryan Crowley put up this line of newcomers that goes from Irongate all the way back, and it's just like a massive string of newcomers, and it's great to see because it just means the future of road racing's really bright, it's really popular, and yeah, it's great. You always want to see loads of newcomers in, don't you? You want to see that next generation. It's just like it's your future crop, it's always great to see loads of newcomers. Another one, how many travelling marshals do we use, and what's the difference between TMing on the TT course and the Ballown circuit? So we only use 3 TMs, and if you think of the TT, we use 7 of us to cover 37 3/4 miles. So to use 3 to just cover basically less than 5 miles, it's more than enough. At the TT, we go to all the incidents. So if there's an incident in your sector, obviously apart from if the rider just jumps up because he's just fallen off a quarter bridge, we don't need to go to that. But 99% of the incidents on the TT course will go to through in our sector, and we'll go there to check how it's been flagged, to check the state of the road, to check the state of the rectocell and the rider, and is the road okay to carry on. And then we liaise with the control back at the grandstand and basically tell them the condition of the course and are we okay to carry on. That's the same job really at the Southern, but we'll just nip there and check the road. In terms of medical side of it, there's less to do at Southern in terms of there's loads of medical cover all the way around the track, and they are closer than we are probably because we tend to be positioned in one spot. So the guys will go out and check the condition of the track, and is it okay to carry on, or do we need to have a sweeper on, or what needs to be done to continue to carry on for the day or the night. So that's the main difference really between the two. And obviously, like we said, with there being more newcomers, the TMs are like the rider liaison guys for that. So like you see Milky doing at the TT, where he takes the newcomers out, and there might be like 2, 3, 4 of them, big string of them. So Tony and Jim and Paul, all the experience in the world, they'll take them out, they'll show them the lines, and they'll get them going. So there's that difference as well. Another one got asked about, as a spectator, as a visitor, how does it compare to the TT? Well, obviously it's a lot quieter. There's not as many people here, and the whole island's open, whereas when the TT's on, it's constantly, the TT course is closed, and it interferes with day-to-day traffic all the time. Obviously it interferes with traffic a little bit down south, but nowhere near as much as it does during the TT. So if you want to come over, the roads are quieter. If you want to get a TT lap in, there's going to be nobody up there, but it is two-way, so we've got to remember that. Easy to get accommodation, easy to get on the boat, and obviously it's a much smaller, a shorter circuit, so it's a mass start. So you know, if you've ever been to any short circuit, like traditional circuit, Brands Hatch, Donington, Alton Park, you know what it's about. Mass start, loads of action, loads of passing, first across the line wins, and they just keep coming around every 3 or 4 minutes, boom, they're around. And it's completely different to the TT in terms of that, but an amazing spectacle. And you've got those guys at the front pushing hard. And some of the riding they do is amazing. You'll have a look at the videos. Just go on YouTube and look at the videos of the leaders at the Southern 100. Any of the guys at the Southern 100, but especially the guys at the front, they're pushing. And it's spectacular, it really is. And you know what it's like, if it looks that good on telly, it's 10 times as good in real life. You get a chance to come over. Come over. It's brilliant. It's a brilliant event. It's run so tight on time in terms of the sessions won't be, this session starts at 6 and this session starts at 6:15. It'll be this session starts at 6 minutes past 6 and it finishes at 27 minutes past 6 and the next one goes out at 28 minutes. You know, it's really to the minute, and you can set your watch by it. It's really, really well run down there. Really, really good. People asking about like the practice and race schedules and how it varies. So like obviously TT, you know that it's changed the last couple of years, but it's just like practice every night and then you race every other day. It's changed a bit now, but that's how it was. Well, the Southern on the Monday, you tend to have you have a load of practice sessions, and they're quite short. You maybe only get 4 or 5 laps in, and they get the next session out, the next session, they just keep going. They fire through them so quickly. And you do that Monday night, it's just a load of practice. Tuesday night tends to be some practice and a couple of races. Then Wednesday night, there's more racing, and then, like I said, all day Thursday, so full session in the morning, maybe 3 or 4 races, lunch break, and the same again in the afternoon. Thursday's the main day. It's where you see all the crowds, and everyone tries to swindle a day off work on the Isle of Man to go down and watch it, especially when the weather's good. So Thursday's looking good for weather. But yeah, that's a quick summary of the Southern 100. Just a quick one today. There's a few questions there. I would have filled up too long on a quick Q&A when we're just trying to cover everything. So just a quick one about the Southern. If you've got any other questions about it, ask them down below in the comments, especially if there's anything specific about TMing at the event, and I'll ask you other guys. We'll be doing a video with Jim shortly anyway, so if you've got anything in there, we'll stick it in the general Q&A from when Jim's with us, and we'll get those answered for you. Yep, thanks again, and see you next one.